Hello, this is Son of Winter. Recently, I started on this series of personality tests. This is episode 3. I'm doing something very different today. I am going to assess your civics and moral education level. How good is your CME? Initially, I wanted to write the title as how morally upright are you? But when I look at the questions in the examination paper, I feel that it is not really testing on your level of righteousness only. It tests a lot of area like your level of righteousness, your level of handling things, and some even test on your religious knowledge. Wow. So just to share briefly the background to this quiz, the questions that I'm going to give later are extracted from the 1996 to 1999 Civics and Moral Education Examination conducted in secondary school, mainly from the Set 1 and Set 2. Okay, so in the past, this subject was called CME. It's already not taught anymore. It was converted to a subject called Character and Leadership Education. So in the past, this subject was taught by a CME teacher who may not be the form teacher. I remember when I was a student back then, my CME teacher in Set 1 happened to be my form teacher who also taught me math. In my Set 2, my CME teacher was my history and art teacher. Then in Set 3, it was a different teacher in the first semester who never taught us any subject. Then in the second semester, she left and our math teacher became our CME teacher again. In Set 4, it was taught by a teacher who did not teach us any subject. I only remember him teaching chemistry, but not for our class. I remember there was an examination at the end of the year and mid-year as well. So we are supposed to complete the paper and the grade will be awarded based on the paper as well as our behavior. So part of the assessment comes from our conduct based on the perception of the teacher of us. In Set 4, there was a project work which requires us to do noble person. I remember I was doing a presentation on Mother Teresa. I remember very clearly. I think that was the only project work I remember doing. But then other than that, it was just exam. And I remember in secondary school, this subject was not taken seriously because it was not counted as the overall percentage. It was converted to grade ABC, if I'm not wrong. And it was quite easy to get A. Yes, the questions are very straightforward, but yet it's not easy to get full mark. Yeah. So presently, this subject in MOE schools in Singapore is taught as character and leadership education or some other names proposed by the school and is definitely taught by the form teacher. However, the subject is no longer examinable with different mode of teaching and learning. So there is some group work discussion, students engage in discussions about different issues. They also included cyber awareness, sexuality education, etc., and leadership development classes to conduct the class. They even have exemplary talks by the year head at certain sessions, especially at the beginning of each term, to share the focus and direction for the year. So the mode of teaching is very different now. So students tend to take this subject in different approach. Some take it seriously, some take it very lightly, thinking that it is a pre-period. Yeah, because character is something that cannot be assessed by paper. I also believe so. So it was kind of funny that MOE used to have a paper assessment on assessing student moral standard. Yeah. So I'm going to show you some questions and you can participate in the quiz to see your score. So these are the exact questions used by different schools. I only take 5 questions. So as mentioned in the past, back in the 90s, okay, students need to sit for an actual full paper comprising 40 marks with a variety of questions ranging from MCQ, fill in the blanks, and moral dilemma questions. I cannot remember exactly the breakdown, okay? It depends on the school. Different schools have different format, all right? However, in the report card, these marks are converted to a grade. Later, I will convert your marks as well to see what is your CME grade, okay? And part of the assessment, as mentioned, is from the teacher perception of the student's conduct. Okay, shall we start the quiz? So please do not throw the video right to the end. It will not be fun. You have to go through every single second. Then it will be meaningful, okay? So let's start. How to test your level of righteousness? There are 5 questions, 4 choices for each question. The maximum score is 4, followed by 3, 2, or 1. You need to tabulate your score to access your level of righteousness. Are you ready? Start now. First question. Your friend fainted right in front of you. What will you do? A, panic. B, call your friend's mother. C, call ambulance. D, walk past your friend. Okay, write down your choice. What will you really do? Okay, if you want to do it as a student, you will write the best answer. But I want you to do it as though you are in the actual scenario. What will you do instead? But there are only 4 choices. I'm sure you could have alternative choices, alternative decision, but just restrict ourselves to these 4. What will you do? Okay, so if you choose option A, you score 4 points. Option B, 3 points. Option C, 2 points. And option D, 1 point. Please record it somewhere so that you can add on the scores later. Number 2, what will you do if your house caught fire? A, grab your electronics. B, call the fire department. C, panic. D, call your closest family member. Okay, so if you want to do it as a student who want to get the best answer, do it as it is. But if you want to really access your level of righteousness, then you do what you will actually do at the start. And this is your score. Option A, 2 points. Option B, 4 points. Option C, 1 point. Option D, 3 points. You may need to pause the video if there's a need to do so. If you find I'm speaking too fast, you may want to pause the video so that you can catch up. For people who are a bit slower. Next question. A nearby store just get robbed. What will you do? A, walk past the store. B, call the police. C, sympathize with the store owner. D, try to catch the robber yourself. Okay, make your choice and I will tell you your score. Okay, please do not go to the next video or next part of the video. If not, it will not be accurate. Option A, 1 point. Option B, 4 points. Option C, 3 points. Option D, 2 points. You need to remember your option choices. Now, tabulate your score and we move on. At what point does it become necessary to start or have a war? A, war is necessary at some times as is needed to achieve peace. B, war isn't necessary. We should evolve and create world peace. C, war is necessary as we need to preserve our country's territorial right. D, because it'll make me feel better about myself. Okay, you may want to take a bit more time to ponder over the choices to make the choice at which option resonate with you most? And option A, 3 points, option B, 4 points, option C, 2 points, option D, 1 point. Okay. As I said, these are the exact questions asked. Of course, there is a lot of room for argument. Some of you may not even agree with the score given. Okay, but we just do it. Okay. Last question for today. Which is an example of a value? A, justice. B, happiness. C, greed. D, all of the above. I think it's quite obvious, right? Option A, 4 points, and the rest of the option, 0 point. Yes. So some questions allow a range of marks, but some questions doesn't. So tabulate your score now. If you score 16 to 20, congratulations, you score an A for your CME, Civics and Moral Education. If you score between 12 to 15, it's a B. 10 to 11, C. Anything below 10, sorry, you fail. Okay, so I hope you had fun playing with this, understanding your own CME standard. These are the exact questions from schools where I attended before. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. Please remember to subscribe my channel if you haven't done so. All right. And like my post. Thank you. Goodbye.